Hi guys, and welcome to Discovering Dorset the Shayway. Today we're doing a little bit of a different one. Instead of doing magnet fishing or bottle digging or a history walk or something like that, although I probably will chuck a little bit of history information in along with it, today it's more of a just discovering walk. So I'm going to be walking from one end of Dorchester to the other end of Dorchester, following the river walks all the way along. Whether they be marked or non-marked, and we're going to try and get from one end of Dorchester, as I say, to the other, completely via walking next to the river if we can. So this gate just here signifies the start of our walk. Now if we were to go out this way, you'd end up going to a place called Lower Bockhampton, and you could also get to Kingston Moorwood out there. If you're interested in seeing some of that, then I have done a couple of videos and walks out the way on my channel previously, so feel free to look them up. But we're going to be heading in this way. So we're starting here, which is the old Fordington water meadows. So all of this area here would have been the old water meadows, and there's big old sluice gates all the way through them, which are abandoned and no longer used now. However, we can walk over a bridge where there's still one of them that is semi-intact, just here still, as you can see. The best angle I'm going to be able to get you at the moment, as it's rather overgrown on the riverbank. But this is where we begin our walk, and we'll be heading on through the path and around that way. Right, I'm going to put you on my chest and see if that works all right. If not, I'll switch back to my hand. And away we go on our magical mystery tour through the rivers of Dorchester, Dorset, UK. A bit of a muddy path along here, but we are on the riverside. Let's see if I can shoot into this here and show you. We are there, look, the water is here. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to get you a better angle of the other side of that sluice gate, but that is where we are starting. Old Fordington water meadows. A rather muddy track along this bit. Let me just tighten the straps up a second. That way you guys won't be bouncing around as much, which should be beneficial. Right, that's about as tight as I reckon I can get you guys. So hopefully the camera stabilises out any wibbly wobbly bits. Oh, blimey! Look at that! My foot has gone. Absolutely gone. Lucky I'm wearing boots, eh? Bloody hell. Well, that was a bit deep. Oh, shout out to Andrew at Towpath Dippers and ASC Adventures for the boots. Right, so as we come along this bit here, some of you may recognise I fell in here. I think it was actually just past this bit of tree. I fell in here while I was magnet fishing, and it did not go very well. We've got to fight our way through the hedgerow to get through to the riverside here, it seems. Oh, we've also had, whilst magnet fishing, we pulled, I think it was an anti-tank round of some sort out of this bit of water here. Yeah, just here, look, I didn't see that the path fell away, and I went straight in, walking along instead of going around here. And we've also had quite a few old bottles and things as well. Wow, that whole section of bank has fallen away there. I don't know how well you can see, but there is a big section of bank under the water just there. This entire section has just gone whoop. I'm guessing the difference in temperatures with the sun and the rain and everything is what's caused that. Wow, completely collapsed. There's a big chunk as well. Oh, so I'm careful with my footing. I don't want to go in. But this is a beautiful bit of river here. Absolutely gorgeous. Lovely for picnics and things like that. And as I say, it's done us quite well for magnet fishing and bottle hunting in the past too. There's more bank that's fallen away. I will have to come back with the waders, I reckon, because if bits of bank have fallen away, I wonder if they've released anything. Any more bottles and whatnot. We'll have to come and have a look-see at some point when the water's a bit clearer. As we come along here, there is a probably more sensible path just the other side of here, but I decided to come this way because I'm trying to walk as close to the river all the way through as we can. We've got a snail all the way up high here, look. As close as we can to the riverside. That is today's challenge. Oh, rubbish. We'll pick that up, put that in the bin on our way. Oh. But yeah, I will show you that there is. Oh, they're doing some works here under the overpass at the minute. So I'm guessing what part of this scaffolding stuff is here, as you can see. But this path here runs all the way along the side of the river as well, and it's probably the more sensible route to take. But we've gone with this one because, as I say, today is not about being sensible. It's about having an adventure. Yeah, look, all of that's pulled out as well. That was a tree that was... I wonder if they've taken that tree down to be able to do the works. Loads of things, areas torn up around here now. But beautiful bit of Dorchester. Very underused, underappreciated, this little bit of riverway here, I think. Ooh, what's this? Is that a piece of an old stoneware bottle? I believe it is, you know. Yeah, it's part of an old stoneware bottle just there. Oh, there is a marking as well, look. Just here. Ah, I think it would be a big old ink, as that seems to say Powell, P-O-W-E-L-L, of Bristol. So I'm assuming that's an old ink. Sadly not in a condition to keep, so what I'll do is I'll leave it on the bank where we got it for another mudlark who would like to keep it. Oh. I hope the footage comes through okay, as I say, and it's not too shaky and bobbly around. Oh gosh, it's difficult to get through this bit. Because, as I say, I can't really see what's happening when you're on my chest. Woo. I can't actually see the screen, so it's a bit of a guessing game. I've got to try and get through this now. What has happened since I've last been here? It is overgrown so much. Oh, stinging nettles and everything everywhere. Right, now we've got to crawl along here. Oh my gosh, try not to slip in. And we've made it to the end of this little bit of river. And the brick bridge here, which some of you might recognise. Oh, I wasn't going to go across this bit of bridge, but I will do, because one, it gives us a beautiful view of this side of the river, look. And then when I come back across, I've got to put this in the bin, you see, there's a bin just here. And then when I come back across, I'll show you guys the other side of the river. So as we come back across, look, we've got our rubbish bucket now, in case we find anyone's rubbish that we'll pick up on our walk. This is the other side, the view from the other side that you can see here. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Proper screensaver sort of view, that is. Oh, I can see something sticking up the water there. I don't know if it's wood or what it is. But we're not on that trip today, I must remember. Today is discovery, not history hunting. Not as such, anyway. Oh, I've got to think about this now. Do I want to be on this side? Yes, I think I do want to be on this side. But then I've got to walk around the other way. So we're doing the extended walk by going this way, the extended river walk, as you can go along the other side. However, this side's a bit better, I think, a bit prettier. You can see more for your walk. So we'll go this way and then we'll loop round over Gray's Bridge, which will be where we'll come out at the other side. And I'll tell you a little bit of history about Gray's Bridge while we're there as well. But until then, I shall shut up and let you guys enjoy the scenery. There you go, some local knowledge. Just been told there's a kingfisher that lives somewhere around here in this bit of river. That would be lovely to see if we could see him. Fingers crossed we'll spot the guy. Or maybe there's even a pair, a couple. I can hear some birds, some sort of water birds. So this is also, I believe it's owned by Dorchester. It might be Dorchester Angling Society or Dorchester Fishing Club. I can't quite remember which. If I can remember, I'll correct myself and put it up on the screen. But it's all owned by those, and it's really good for fishing. You got your trout, your brown trout, your rainbow trout, although pretty sure it's illegal to fish a rainbow trout or something in the UK at the moment. And then loads of other different species of fish. Freshwater fish are in here as well. Well known, the Frome River this. being really good for fishing. So we'll have to get out and do some more fishing again soon. Especially since we've just been gifted a fishing lure by Andrew, who we found magnet fishing. Now see, this is a lovely little spot here. Throw your hook in and just wait. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. There's something big in the water over there. Like big. It's kind of rectangular and blue. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see. But there's definitely something there. Might have to come back for that. See what that is. Yeah. And see that red thing? I think that's a toy. Like a lobster toy. We're coming back for those things at some point, guys. We know what we're doing with our next video. We'll be popping down here quick. You can see how some of it's really deep and some of it's really shallow. Creates lots of lovely little pools and things for the fish, as I say. And I imagine it would be a really good bit of river for them during their spawning season as well, due to the same reasons. Whoa, almost fell over then. Right, in the next couple minutes we should be coming up to Gray's Bridge, so I'll catch up with you guys when we get there. And this, just here, is Gray's Bridge, which you can just about see etched into there. Just about see Gray's Bridge. Can't quite read the date on it. 1748, I believe. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it as well. I'll see if I can put it in black and white or something, see if we can see it come up better. But this bridge has been here for a long time. It has this sign here on it as well. Dorset, any person willfully injuring any part of this county bridge will be guilty of felony and upon conviction liable to be transported for life by the court. And that will be transported to Australia, I believe, by T. Fooks. Well, in this day and age, who gives a Fooks? But yeah, very cool, interesting history. If you were to continue on over that side, you can see on the other side there, it has a little sign saying 1835. That's when that plaque was put in. But if you were to continue on down there, you can continue across and it'll take you down around the old showgrounds, the old Dorchester showground. But we're going to be going down King's Road and linking back up with the river at the old mill. And we eventually get to here. And just across there you can see that flat block would have been the old mill next to the Swan Inn, and which would have had Elbridge Pope Beers, which is the local brewery within Dorchester, shut down now. There is another brewery there, though, a microbrewery called Copper Street Brewery, I believe. If it's of any interest to you, I don't know what's going on there. No idea what that is. Leave that alone, maybe a makeshift bench. But you got this beautiful bridge over here as well, with the lovely bridge supports through it. You see 3 of them there. And poking out through the bushes just up here in the graveyard, you can see the old German war memorial there for the German soldiers and prisoners of war that were killed during World War II and World War I, I think. Let me get this bit of river here. Hey up, there's a scooter just there. Oh man, I might have to go in and get that, you know, guys, on the way home. If you follow my Facebook, then we'll find out, or my YouTube. It takes us down and round here. Oh. Well, we can also go across a third wee little bridge. Just over here. And in there, as I say, would have been the old mill, which, if you look at the little plaque, it says 1590, and then it tells you some of the history there. The old mill, recorded as corn mill in Doomsday 1086, granted by King John, 10 Binden Abbey, by 1211, added to with a tucking mill in 1349, rebuilt with William John and John Churchill in 1590 and 1607, rebuilt again, 2 corn mills by 1841 and supplemented with steam power in 1895, remodelled by the Mill Street Housing Society in 1940 and added and remodelled again in 1986. Wow. So a lot of history with the old mill just there. You know, I'm determined to come and get that scooter. It'll probably be on up on my YouTube before I even post this video, to be honest. Now, as we come up and through here, there's some lovely little conversions, and they're right on the riverside there. Now, we can't get to it yet, but we will do very soon. And interestingly enough, the old mill down the bottom there, and I think it's a mill grinding wheel, that there is as decoration just up the top next to this little cottage here. Always find this caravan interesting as it has Manston Fire Museum on it. And that's a beautiful little cottage as well there. Yeah, just here, look. See a great big grinding wheel. Mill grinding wheel there. But we're going this way. Down next to Riverside Lodge. Down and around to a part some of you may recognise yet again. Oh. From this angle, as we have done some river larking along here in both directions, there's another sign here, looks reasonably old. Avon and Dorset River Board. Notice is hereby given that the deposit of rubbish, ashes, stones or any matter whatsoever in the river is strictly prohibited and is an offence under the board's bylaws. Penalty of £20. It's rare you see the pound symbol like that. Interesting. Now just here is the site of some of the old almshouses, I believe, that were put up by the Dorchester Housing Society. Now we're going to try walk up along the edge here, as this is the river walks. And we want to get as much of the river in as we can. Ooh, preferably without falling. I'm going to go get myself wet later. I'm going to go in and I'm going to get that scooter. I've said it 3 times now, determined. Right, enough about the scooter. Oh. But yeah, and goes all the way along. Woo. And I'm sure most of you will recognise the next part of river, as I've magnet fished there many a time. This shows us a map of where we've come through. So there's the old mill just there. So we came, they've missed out another bridge here, but this is an old map, this one. It is an old map. We came across here that way, and then we came back across the little bridge, through the mill, up and along here, past the cart house mill bank, down here, across Mushroom Bridge, and now we're walking along the very edge here. And we'll soon be along this bit, which is now full of houses. And you'll see, we'll go past the Dorchester Ironworks, which you can see there, and the old forge just up the way. And there, as I say, were the buildings from the Mill Street Housing Society. Not the Dorchester Housing Society, sorry, my mistake. Here we are. Another lovely little bit of rivulet. Unfortunately, I can see a vape pen, of course. This is the bit of river that it seems to be everyone's favourite dumping spot for chucking their rubbish. And it's just rubbish. There's never anything good. But I have to clear it out at least once a year. Go all the way along and clean it out, just for it to get filled up with rubbish again. But if I don't do it, then nobody's going to do it, and then it'll look really, really bad. Like before I cleared it the first time, it took me a good 4 or 5 days to clear all the rubbish from this bit of river before, and it's just filled straight up again. But it's still a lot clearer than it was, as I say. Polluted, however, unfortunately. So this takes us right the way along the back of the main route into Dorchester. Just saw another fish there, jumping up and out. Well, this is a really cool little balcony bit here, and if any of you have got any old bottles and you're thinking of some inspiration, look at those little bottle windows. Blue and green they are, really cool. We've lost a bit of the sunlight, so it's not looking quite as pretty as it would do, unfortunately. But that's not going to stop me carrying on. or should we call it a half walks today and do the second half another day? I'm not sure, but here is a sign for the old foundry. And there's the old foundry and ironworks, which you can see just here. This big building here with a sign just there. There you go. Lot and Wayne, manufacturers of the Royal Agricultural Society of England prize medal I'm not reading that about. Reversible time harrows, Wayne's pattern, economy, simplicity. And there's some of the old workers stood outside the factory. That's on the other side of the building, just over there. Which takes us to the bottom of the main thoroughfare through Dorchester and the old malt house, which is just here. Before it was flats and things, it was a pub. You can see just there that the building with Eldridge Pope & Co. Exhibition Hotel, sorry, not pub, and the old malt house, which is just there. Just here. And we pulled a gun up out of there before. Now if we want to carry on our river walks, we need to cross over and head down through here. Another bit of history for you just here on the left. You might be able to see the big white stag there, the white hart deer, I believe it was called, or the white hart stag, sorry. And that is from an old pub and a slash hotel that was very popular until it had to shut down and close, and it got knocked down and converted into the flats you can see there now. But they kept the stag. Now there are some other little bits down here, but I'm not going to be hanging around this little bit of the river for too long, because I've done a bit of video on this before and I've gone into a lot more detail about the history of this particular bit of river. So if you want to see that, then go back on my channel and look for some of my other river walks, and you'll be able to see the history of this particular bit here. There's some beautiful bridges. This bit was all man-made to feed the mill streams, you see. But I won't be going into that too much, as otherwise I'll spoil my other video for you.
Do you want to overtake?
Well, that's kind of you, thank you. We've done lots and lots and lots of mag fishing and mag larking along here. We've had all sorts pop out. We've had grenades, we've had guns, we've had irons, like old sad irons, we've had old enamel pots, we've had keys. I think it was down here we actually had handcuffs as well at one point. Big old locks. We had half a cannonball from down and along here. And many other things. a lot of modern items too, like skateboards, golf clubs, etc. I think I had a prisoner's a prison guard's uniform button at one point as well, which is interesting because I do go into it in a little bit more detail in my other video, but I will also talk about it in this one as well. The old prison's just up over there, which you'll see soon, and before it was a prison, it was actually a castle. Oh look, we got some ducklings. Let's see if we can get some good footage. Look, little duckies. How cute. Aww. And here, I believe there was another mill, this area here at one point, where there would have been a bridge across as well. But that's no longer in use, as that's now private residence. But again, a beautiful shot just down the river walk there. Gorgeous. Oh. And there is the swamplands. Up there's the prison, by the way, but in there's all the swamplands. I call it swamplands, it's more of a bog really. That's about as close as we get to a swamp in the UK. But we've had all sorts out of there before. If you remember, that's where the big old digger JCB looking thing is that got abandoned, and we had loads of parts of that out. We had some shovels and tools and things. We had all sorts out of there. And this is the end of the prison garden wall here. But it's all fenced up now. They've proper fenced it up. I don't know if you can see all that barbed wire, but there's no way you're getting in there now. If you want to read more about the prison and its history, as I say in my other video, I go into more detail on that sign there. And I also talk a bit more about John's Pond, which is just down here as well. Some more ducks just here, look. A beautiful bridge here. And we can go over another old weir, and this area is John's Pond. And we're going to be going through here, cutting around the edge, trying not to fall in, and then we'll be jumping through the woods to go over to the river's edge to try walk down. Well, we can't get through that, we'll have to go around the other way to walk down and through along the riverside as much as we can. Oh, in the winter this is all flooded and you can't get out here. Oh, so there's part of the river, and the closest we can get is through and along this bit here. So another bit of woodland adventure walk for us. Oh, blimey. A bit thick along here. Oh, what's that? Oh! Maybe a dog ball, I'm guessing, of some sort. Like a yellow star looking ball. And we pop back out here, look. At the river's edge. Oh. Which is lucky, because we couldn't have got any further, because it has flooded. And we come across a man-made waterfall here. It might get a little bit loud, but again, this is a good fishing spot. Not so much over there, but around here is really good. And this nearly brings us to the end of today's river walks. We've got a little bit further to go, but after that, if you walked any further, you'd be heading out Charminster way to the Sun Inn, which if you did want to head out that way, you'll be able to find some nice drinks and some nice food in the pub there. Very friendly atmosphere. Sorry for the camera angles, I'm trying to avoid filming the innocent public. So I will show you this bit of bridge. Which is the other end of Dorchester. We've come all the way along. We are on a river walk here. It may not look like it because there's a lot of plant life, but yeah, there's the water. Look, I had a double barrel shotgun out of there, and we had an old World War II motorcycle, or bits of, I should say, from this bit of bridge just here. Now I was going to leave you at this bridge, but I'll leave you at the next one, just because I think it makes a nicer end to our video. So as I say, you get to the end of Dorchester there, come out this way, and you go along the Frome Valley Cycle Trail from Dorchester towards Charminster. You can cycle, walk, skateboard, roller skate, ride your horse, whatever you want, as long as you're safe about doing it. And if you do come along this way, as I say, you get to the Sun Inn, which is a lovely pub. I think I've featured it in one of my videos before. And this takes you all the way down and along the rest of the River Frome up to Charminster, with a few different bridges to cross along the way. So I will say thank you all for joining me on today's little adventure. Oh, I say little, it's probably a bit of a longer one, isn't it, really? But it's been interesting for me, it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope I've not waffled so much throughout it that I spoiled the video for you too badly. But I will be saying my goodbyes. Oh, and look at that, we've got a swan. So thank you all for joining me on today's adventure, and as always, I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now. So there's good news and bad news. Bad news, scraped my leg up a bit, but oh well. Good news, we got the scooter and both wheels work. There's a rider. Sweet.